is there just kind of a sense maybe in the locker room that like some of the success you've had over the last week could prove to be your big breakthrough or kind of maybe a turning point for you guys for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all feeling good. I think the energy's high. Really good win in Minnesota. Had a chance to celebrate together. I think that only helps our chemistry. You know, all that stuff off the court definitely fuels us. We're having fun with each other. We're having fun together playing. So I think it is. I think this is a good moment for us. And, you know, especially we're playing without one of our best players. So to do that in those circumstances, we're really just proud of ourselves.
The Las Vegas Aces, the self-proclaimed unstoppable dynasty of the WNBA, just got humbled in front of the entire basketball world. A 27-point thrashing check. A'ja Wilson getting every friendly whistle imaginable and still failing spectacularly. Big check. Chelsea Gray, who some folks absurdly insist is better than Caitlin Clark, vanishing when it mattered most. The biggest check of all. While A'ja was busy yanking players down from behind and somehow escaping fouls, there was a squad in Indianapolis ready to give her a masterclass on what genuine team first high IQ basket Las Vegas Aces, the self-proclaimed unstoppable dynasty of the WNBA, just got humbled in front of the entire basketball world. A 27-point thrashing check. A'ja Wilson getting every friendly whistle imaginable and still failing spectacularly. Big check. Chelsea Gray, who some folks absurdly insist is better than Caitlin Clark, vanishing when it mattered most. The biggest check of all. While A'ja was busy yanking players down from behind and somehow escaping fouls, there was a squad in Indianapolis ready to give her a masterclass on what genuine team first high IQ basketball actually looks like. If you support the Fever, then comment CC and Lexie. Let's go.ball actually looks like. If you support the Fever, then comment CC and Lexie. Let's go.
And A'ja Wilson. My God, you see how many free throws that lady have? Oh my God, on the stat sheet, she had basically 30 points, but all the free throws this woman got, man, they tried their best to keep the Aces in the game, man, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter, man. They destroyed the Aces. About freaking time the Fever finally beats the Aces, man, and without Caitlin Clark.
Because that 81-54 clinic the Indiana Fever put on wasn't merely a loss for Vegas. It was a proclamation. A neon billboard lit up in bright Fever red saying no amount of handouts from the refs, no heroic stat padding from Wilson, and absolutely no dynasty hype was going to bail them out when Indiana decided to lock in and play real connected basketball. And A'ja Wilson, my God, you see how many free.
It up, shot won't fall. Wilson, what looks like over the back. Well, oh boy, jump ball is the call.
Wow. Stephanie White's upset about that. I thought that was over the back. Wow. Watch this. That's a jump ball?
This showdown really got spicy. In the third quarter, Lexie Hull, who's been a model of grit and improvement all year long, boxed out Wilson so perfectly it could be clipped for a coaching video. She carved out space, put her backside exactly where it needed to be, and snagged that rebound like she's done 1,000 times in practice. Textbook stuff. But in came A'ja Wilson from behind, literally reaching over Lexie's shoulders and arms to claw for the ball in a move so blatant it belongs in a what not to do highlight reel.
But this was a big win for the Fever because the Aces were the only team that they had not won at least one game to last season, meaning the Aces swept the Fever last season. They actually haven't won a game against the Aces in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark. This team is crazy. They are beating the #1 team in the league first. And then they go and beat the Aces, who they haven't won to in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, which is just a testament to how this team is finally developing a rhythm.
Ask anyone who's watched even a single AAU game, and they'll tell you that's an over-the-back foul Indiana ball play on. Case closed. But the refs, they decided to rewrite the rule book on live TV. Somehow, against all logic, they called it a jump ball. Like Wilson was equally entitled to that rebound after bulldozing Hull from behind.
It's a foul. It's a third.
Lexie Hull, tremendous three, and
Leads the league at 50% shooting a 3, draws for charge.
Even the broadcast crew couldn't hide their shock. Their commentary wavered between stunned silence and awkward chuckles as they struggled to process what was unfolding. The contact was obvious. The violation couldn't be clearer. Yet somehow these officials decided to neutralize it in a way that outright rewarded the player who committed the foul.
I think everyone's coming in with a level of focus every day, just right now knowing that, we do have a target on our backs and making sure that we're locked in on everything we're doing in practice. But I think we're taking that energy that we have, that fun, that lightheartedness into practice, because at the end of the day, this is a game. We want to have fun, and I think we play our best basketball when we're playing free and having fun and being joyful and playing together.
But here's where it gets downright poetic. The Indiana Fever didn't crumble or pout. They didn't let shaky officiating ruin their momentum. They shrugged it off, tightened their laces, and proceeded to absolutely dismantle the Aces so completely that every questionable call faded into complete irrelevance. Let's break down exactly how Indiana turned what could have been a momentum swing for Vegas into a one-sided showcase of beautiful basketball.
Indiana has not beaten Las Vegas since the 2019 season. It's a Howard, the Commissioner's Cup MVP, has us on the ball. Here is Boston right up the middle, untouched.
Drive, gives it to the roller, Howard, and she scores from the middle of the paint. Timeout, Becky Hammond.
Couple of Gamecocks going head-to-head. I mean, there's some physicality right there.
We're really disciplined to the details, and we're playing with a high...
From the opening quarter, Indiana was in full attack mode. They rattled off the first 6 points and just kept punching. By the end of one, they were up 21-4. Already, you could feel this game slipping away from Vegas. Indiana shot nearly 53%, held the Aces to under 29%, and manhandled them 16-4 in paint points. Right there, it was clear this wasn't going to be the A's crowning night. Indiana has not beaten Las Vegas since the 2019 season.
We've been preaching this all season, being very disciplined and intentional with our actions. On both ends of the floor, we're doing that. And it's a high level of activity all over the place. I'm really proud of the girls.
All smiles for the Fever through 20 minutes. It's a 22-point lead for the Fever. Indiana in front of Las Vegas, 46-24.
Quarter that the Fever went for the jugular. They outscored Vegas 25-10. That's not a typo. 25-10. Indiana shot a jaw-dropping 82% from the field while Vegas clanked their way to just 24%. The Fever went 6 for 6 in the paint. The Aces a pitiful 3 of 13. By halftime, it was 46-24. And let's be honest, game over. And that controversial jump ball, it came right when Vegas needed a miracle to claw back. The refs essentially tossed them a bone, handing them a possession they didn't earn and offering a chance to change the flow.
Wilson crossing over. Wilson hangs. Wilson finishes.
Oh boy. Here she comes.
See, hold a much-needed answer for Indiana. See, after the miss, Hull on the floor again, finds Mitchell, right corner for 3. Good! It's Mitchell the other way for 2. 57-38 Fever with 3:35 left in the third quarter.
Becky Hammond's had enough.
Fever, it was one of those dreaded moments. Oh boy, here we go again. You could almost sense that quiet frustration. Lexie Hall did everything right, textbook fundamental basketball, and still didn't get rewarded. Those are the kinds of moments that rattle young teams, especially when you're playing a decorated opponent like the Aces.
Absolutely frustrated.
Oh, catch and shoot. Connects.
In from the foul line, front of the rim, and it drops. Short rebound, Fever. Mitchell, right wing, open for 3. Money!
By holding the Aces to 26% shooting, it's the lowest a Fever opponent has shot in 15 years.
Thanks had enough. For Vegas, that gift from the refs was a desperate gasp of oxygen. Down big, searching for any spark, suddenly they got handed a 50-by-50 ball that was anything but. And for a fleeting second, it looked like maybe, just maybe, the officiating might start propping up the defending champs.
Yes, let's get a dub collar on. him!
Great job. We held them to 26% from the floor. Nice.
Thanks had enough. For Vegas, that gift from the refs was a desperate gasp of oxygen. Down big, searching for any spark, suddenly they got handed a 50 by 50 ball that was anything but. And for a fleeting second, it looked like maybe, just maybe, the officiating might start propping up the defending champs.
A'ja Wilson, she got a favorable whistle in the second half, but it is what it is. Superstars get the whistle. Unless your name is, 29 points for A'ja Wilson, 3 boards, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 9 for 18 from the field goal, from the field, 11 for 13 from the free throw line. Look at the rest of her team. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 6 points, 0 points, 4 points, 2 points, 3 points. Dana Evans, 1 for 10, Dana Evans. Oh my goodness.
My goodness. Just pause and soak that up. The league's crown jewel put up a glitzy stat line, and it meant absolutely nothing because the rest of the aces looked completely lost. Chelsea Gray ghosted the entire game, and the Indiana Fever played like a squad on a mission to torch the dynasty narrative for good. And through it all, Caitlin Clark, Lexie Hull, and the Fever weren't just executing a game plan. They were rewriting the power structure of the league on live television. Lexie Hull didn't let that missed call define her night. She locked in even harder, chased rebounds with a vengeance, and made A'ja work for every single inch. Caitlin Clark, ever the conductor, orchestrated the offense, spaced the floor, and ignited fast breaks that left the aces spinning.
I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just like making a point. Well, Caitlin says she got me though, so. One more than that. She just got a bonus.
And by bonus, she was meaning the Commissioner's Cup bonus, which was $49 or $43,000 per player, because the prize pool was $500,000. And apparently, Steph White just was pissed about the officiating. I don't know if it was A'ja Wilson's whistle or what.
Let's break down the brutal reality for the so-called dynasty in Las Vegas. Outside of A'ja Wilson's 9 for 18 shooting night, the rest of the aces combined to go a pitiful 7 of 43 from the field. That's a laughable 16.3% shooting clip from literally everyone else on the roster. No other ace even cracked 6 points. Let that marinate for a second. This is a team hyped up as having unmatched depth, and their MVP candidate was basically stuck playing 1-on-5 while her co-stars vanished like Houdini under the Fever's relentless pressure.
Like I said, the referees were starting to get on the side of the aces. They were trying to wheel the aces back in, and Sophie Lexie stepped in and sort of killed it. Kelsey Mitchell never took her foot off the gas tonight, by the way. This is the best thing I've seen from Stephanie White all season long. Right here, she was aggravated by the refs already, and in the fourth quarter, 5:35 left, Stephanie White lost her shit on the sideline. She lost her shit. And let me just play this right here. Roll it.
Lost that lead late.
And you see her. You see her just losing it up here. Losing it. And she got teed up right there. And Caitlin Clark loved.
Now, speaking of the supporting cast that was supposed to help out, can we take a minute to highlight Chelsea Gray? Because this is the same Chelsea Gray that some folks out there swear is somehow better than Caitlin Clark. Well, the box score tells a different, less flattering story. Gray wrapped up her night with 2 measly points on 1 of 3 shooting, managed just 2 assists, and racked up 5 ugly turnovers. That's right, 2 points. This is the season-floored general who's supposed to orchestrate the offense and elevate everyone around her. Instead, she looked like she was wading through mud while the Fever's swarming defense gobbled up every sloppy pass and forced her into mistake after mistake.
With more turnovers than points and assists combined. More turnovers than points and assists combined. We got point guard, aka point fraud. And remember, this is probably who the WNBA player said was also better than Caitlin Clark. They said I'm pretty confident they said she was better than Caitlin Clark.
Clark was lighting up the sideline, pumping up teammates, and leading with her voice even while injured. The cameras kept catching her fired up, exploding out of her seat after big plays, staying engaged on every possession. That's leadership you can't teach. That's the sort of presence that makes a team believe, even when you're not logging a single minute. Clark might not have been padding her stat line, but she was 100% impacting winning.
Really put it on. Right here, you can see 24 points in the first half for the Aces. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the Indiana.
And speaking of winning, the Fever's performance without their franchise star was a basketball symphony. Kelsey Mitchell went off dropping 25 points to go along with 6 dimes. Aaliyah Boston was an absolute force, adding 20 points and 7 boards, showing why she's one of the most polished bigs in the league. Natasha Howard, she played like she was on a personal mission to humble the Aces, posting 11 points and 10 rebounds and grabbing the Commissioner Cup MVP for her efforts. This was the definition of balanced offense.
Defense is playing phenomenal. Oh my God, it's night and day. I think that Commissioner's Cup gave them swag. Now they're swagging it out. I never seen Natasha Howard so aggressive in my life. This girl is beasting now all suddenly. She is beast moding right now. And Timpson, the rookie, getting block shots, getting steals. Aaliyah Boston is just murking, destroying Aja Wilson. Man, you know, I got a Wilson. I got a nickname for Aja Wilson, guys. You know what it is? Whistle Wilson. Because this lady's always getting whistles. She's the person with the special whistle, guys. Every freaking time. And then she goes to the free throw line. Freaking free throw merchant. I think she's related to SGA. But anyway, she's not playing that great.
But if you really want the story of the game, forget the scoring totals. This was about defense. Indiana's defense was so airtight it could have kept out the Vegas Heat. They held the mighty Aces to just 26% shooting. That's their worst offensive showing all season long. They forced a ridiculous 17 turnovers, controlled the paint with a 28-10 advantage in the first half alone, and played defense so connected it seemed like they shared a single brain. Every switch was sharp. Every help rotation was on time. It was team basketball clinic stuff.
The Aces tried to put a little run together to start the third quarter, and Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull shut that shit down. They shut it down by hitting some big shots. All right. That steal led to the only 2 points that Sophie Cunningham had. But it was big. So right here, let's start Aaliyah Boston right here. That's Sydney Colson to Boston. She going to drive into the lane. And I've got to tell you, she gave Aja Wilson all she